Ever wonder if someone is watching you? Well, the history of how we got here to this age of digital surveillance is more surprising than you might think. It's a story that doesn't start with the internet or even computers. It starts way back over a century ago. Let's rewind to World War I. The government was worried about spies and saboteurs. So they created something called the MI8, or the Cipher Bureau. Its job was to intercept and decode messages sent by foreign governments. After the war, it was officially shut down. But was it really? Secretly, it was reborn as the Black Chamber. For a decade, it operated in the shadows out of a New York City brownstone, reading the secret communications of other nations. The head of this operation, Herbert Yardley, famously said, "Gentlemen, do not read each other's mail, but his own government did, and they were getting good at it." This set a precedent. National security could justify secret surveillance. Fast forward to the Cold War. The threat was now communism. The FBI under J. Edgar Hoover launched COINTELPRO, a massive and highly controversial program. It wasn't just about foreign spies anymore. They targeted American citizens, civil rights leaders, anti-war protesters, and anyone deemed subversive. They wiretapped phones, opened mail, and even used informants to disrupt these groups from the inside. Martin Luther King Jr. was one of their most prominent targets. This was a huge expansion of surveillance, turning the state's watchful eye inward on its own people. Then came the technology boom. Computers and the internet changed everything. The National Security Agency, or NSA, which was formed in secret back in 1952, suddenly had a whole new world to monitor. They developed powerful tools to sift through the massive amounts of data flowing across global networks. One of their early large-scale projects was called Echelon. This was a global surveillance network run by 5 countries: the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, an alliance known as the Five Eyes. It could automatically intercept and analyze satellite communications, faxes, and phone calls all over the world. For years, its existence was just a rumor, something out of a spy novel. But eventually, whistleblowers and investigations brought it into the light. The real turning point, the moment that put surveillance on steroids, was September 11, 2001. In the wake of the attacks, fear and a desire for security swept the nation. The government responded with the Patriot Act. Passed with breathtaking speed, this law dramatically expanded the government's power to spy. It lowered the legal barriers for things like wiretapping and monitoring internet activity. Section 215 of the Act became infamous. It allowed the government to obtain any tangible things, including business records, library records, and, as we would later find out, the phone records of millions of Americans who had no connection to terrorism. This is where the story takes its most dramatic turn. For years, we knew surveillance was increasing, but we had no idea of the scale. Until 2013. A man named Edward Snowden, an NSA contractor, decided the world needed to know the truth. He leaked a treasure trove of classified documents to journalists, revealing the breathtaking scope of modern surveillance. Snowden's revelations were shocking. We learned about a program called PRISM, which gave the NSA direct access to the servers of major tech companies like Google, Facebook, and Apple. Emails, photos, video chats, search histories, it was all being collected. Another program, codenamed Stellar Wind, was a secret umbrella program authorized after 9/11 that included the bulk collection of Americans' phone metadata. This meant the NSA knew who you called, when you called them, and for how long. They argued they weren't listening to the calls, just collecting the data about the data. But that metadata alone can reveal incredibly intimate details about a person's life, their relationships, their political affiliations, their health concerns. The Snowden leaks proved that the surveillance state wasn't just a conspiracy theory. It was real, and it was watching almost everything. The revelations sparked a massive global debate about privacy versus security. Was it right for the government to collect so much information on its own citizens in the name of safety? Tech companies, initially caught off guard, started pushing back, implementing stronger encryption to protect user data. Laws were changed, like the USA Freedom Act, which was meant to end the bulk collection of phone records. But the story doesn't end there. Surveillance technology continues to evolve. Today, it's not just about phone calls and emails. We have facial recognition technology being deployed in cities, social media monitoring, and smart home devices that listen to our conversations. The private sector has also become a huge player, with data brokers collecting and selling vast amounts of personal information for advertising and other purposes. Our digital footprints are larger and more detailed than ever before, from a secret office in a New York brownstone to a global network that can sweep up the data of billions. The history of American surveillance is a story of ever-expanding power, driven by war, fear, and technology. It's a constant tug-of-war between our desire for security and our fundamental right to privacy. And as technology marches forward, that's a conversation that's only going to get more important. What do you think? How much privacy are you willing to give up for safety? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you found this interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives. See you next time.